Good morning. We have breaking news out of Jets camp. According to our Rich Cimini, Justin Fields was injured on the first play of the second team period at Jets practice today. Aaron Glenn immediately stopped the period and moved on to the special teams drills as Justin Fields was carted to the locker room with what appears to be a lower leg injury. We do not know the severity of it at this moment. Kimberly Martin, we join you here at the First Take table. What more can you tell us?
Listen, this is one of those, if you are a Jets fan, you are in disbelief because this is a franchise, year after year, you're hoping that for good news, you're hoping for a quarterback. Them getting Justin Fields after the Aaron Rodgers debacle, they thought this is new life, new hope, and to have Justin Fields essentially day one of training camp.
Yep.
And you're just floored. Justin Fields entered a situation where he felt like he wasn't given the best opportunity in Pittsburgh to showcase what he could be. He had that here with the Jets. We hope that this isn't as severe as it sounds. We'll get more information as this show keeps going. But it's just devastating for the kid, for this franchise. But if there's any one person who I trust in this situation, it's Aaron Glenn, where you know he's going to deal with a lot of things with this franchise, and he'll be able to get them under control.
I don't want to jump to any conclusions because we don't know the diagnosis. We don't know the severity of it. Everything we're reading, and we're getting live updates from Rich Cimini and others who are there. But, Harry, just waking up this morning, first play of practice. It's not even August yet.
Nope.
Just how devastating is this for you if you're a Jets player or if you're a Jets fan?
Well, it's deflating because of the history of this organization, right? This is a team that hasn't been to the playoffs since 2010. And every single year, you hope and you pray, you have dreams and aspirations for things to be different within your organization. And for a guy like Justin Fields, who's going into his fifth year, and let me start off by saying this. You know, all of us, we're going to have Justin Fields in our prayers, and we hope and we pray that it's not severe and it's going to be season ending or he's going to miss time. But with that being said, like, this is a guy that's going into year number 5. And I just felt like this offseason, Justin Fields not re-signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers and signing with the New York Jets. And part of that was because of Aaron Glenn and his leadership, and Aaron Glenn being a defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions, playing against Justin Fields and can really, you know, in an extreme way, help him out become a better quarterback.
And Aaron Glenn courting Justin Fields,
1000%.
wanting to finally feel loved and wanted.
That's right. You have that organization that said, hey, Justin, we want you to be our quarterback, not hope and maybe you can win the job and be our quarterback, but we want you to be the guy. Justin Fields being paired back up with Garrett Wilson, 2 guys who made magic at Ohio State together, right? But it just seems right now everyone is gasping for air, and you stop breathing for a second because you say to yourself, man, why can't we have nice things as an organization?
Yep.
It was a few years ago, it was Aaron Rodgers, you know, in the Monday Night Football game versus the Buffalo Bills. And every single year you hope that this team, they have the answers and they figured things out to be able to climb in a different area and climb in a different dimension when you talk about the AFC as a whole. But number one, the Jets as an organization, but it's just one thing after another, after another, after another. So that's the deflating part, not just for your teammates as you're watching Justin Fields be carted to the locker room, but for the fans who spend their hard-earned money cheering for this team, rooting for this team, invested into this organization. You hurt for everybody right now, but I would end this by saying, Justin Fields, I'm praying for you, and I hope you're going to be okay, my man.
Kevin Clark?
Deflating is the word, Harry. Deflating is the word. There's a couple things about it. I'm more deflated for Justin Fields than I am the Jets. Reason is he's a bridge quarterback. He's the only quarterback in the entire league making between $14 and $33 million. He's making 20. That is the definition of a bridge quarterback. This was his last chance to plant a flag as a starter and say, I'm going to be a 10-year guy. I'm going to be a franchise guy. If he's injured, if he doesn't get that opportunity, for me, that's heartbreaking. I just wanted to see him prove it on the field, okay? The Jets did not have Super Bowl aspirations. What they did have was a plan very similar to Aaron Glenn saw with Dan Campbell, with Jared Goff, where you empower a quarterback. You build the pieces around him. You build with him. You see him in year 1. You get the offensive line settled. You get the weapons settled. Everything starts building with a guy. And so I think Aaron Glenn saw that in Justin Fields. Everybody was laughing at Jared Goff when he was acquired by the Lions a couple years ago. And I remember Brad Holmes saying he's not a bridge quarterback, and everybody rolling their eyes, okay? I feel like the Jets wanted that to happen with Justin Fields, and all of a sudden, essentially on the first drive of training camp, he's out. For me, what's deflating if I'm a fan, the misery is accelerating in New York, which didn't seem possible. You lost hope before the second contract of Sam Darnold. You lost hope before the second season of Zach Wilson. You couldn't get to the second drive of Aaron Rodgers. And now all of a sudden you can't get to the second practice of Justin Fields.
I'll take you back as a former Jets beat writer, where I was there in Buffalo, where Ryan Fitzpatrick is their quarterback, and he throws 3 interceptions in the fourth quarter of a game that if you win, you get to the playoffs and all that. This is a team where if anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And I think the Jets, having covered them for so long, are so sensitive to the same old Jets and the fans feeling like doom and gloom and we can never have anything nice. And you finally feel like new regime after new regime is going to turn the tide and this team will be different. And they so want to get past that. And Aaron Glenn, as a former player in this organization who literally spoke yesterday about how I know the pain of Jets fans. I was here, I get it. We are building it the right way. And to have this, we just got off Get Up, Harry and I. You felt the energy in the room just kind of leave because it's so stunning. It's so stunning.
I'm smiling not because Justin Fields is injured, but I do radio every single day, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., Freddie and Harry with Freddie Coleman. Okay. Freddie Coleman is a Jets fan. Okay. And I can only imagine how he's going to feel today.
We can't imagine. We've been down these roads.
This. Because here's his phrase. It's the most Jetsian thing, no doubt, that can happen.
I have a good friend, Danny, season ticket holder. And he goes,
"What's up, Danny?"
Have you checked in on Danny yet?
Danny's texting nonstop for the last minute. And 2 days ago, he's sending me videos of the new Jets locker room unveiling. And it's like, this is pretty cool.
We're back, baby.
They've got a barber. That's different, right? There's things. And Jets fans want to be positive. They really want to. And even if they were like, it's not going to be Super Bowl this year, they started telling themselves when you get the Garrett Wilson extension.
And Sauce saying, I wanted Garrett to have his day.
I wanted wait, this is a young core that is being homegrown. And, Smallwood was homegrown. And you started to feel the tide turn from being like, lost season, let's not, to now there's even a little glimmer. So, again, I don't want to jump to conclusions and say that this is devastating news just yet. He might be just fine, and tomorrow we can start the show saying Justin Fields is okay. But anytime you see someone riding shotgun on the cart, and having a lower leg injury, it's fair to speculate.
To quote the great George Costanza, hope is killing me, okay? That's what the Jets have. It's the hope every single year, and that's why, like your friend Danny from Lottie, every single year they buy into it. There's an optimism because you have to. There's no other choice if you're a Jets fan. Imagine going into a Jets season and not being optimistic. It seems crushing. And by the way, you don't have to wait long for it to come crashing down, but that's what July is for, and they don't even get the July hope.
You thought Aaron Rodgers, you thought losing, again, I was there at MetLife, you thought losing Aaron Rodgers 4 plays into a season, it cannot be worse than that. And now you get another quarterback, and you're just looking
I will also say this, right? From a front office perspective, that's why you also have to do your due diligence, and also make sure that your team in all areas, even your backups, are intact.
Yeah.
And for a guy like Tyrod Taylor, now we don't know the severity of the injury of Justin Fields, but this is why you make sure you have a backup quarterback that's similar to your starter from an athletic standpoint.
This might
so
be
you don't have to restructure everything.
I don't think there's a massive drop-off here. I don't, and that might be really insulting to Justin Fields, who is a fifth-year player and is ascending, and Tyrod might be on the line.
Tyrod just has to stay healthy.
Tyrod Taylor has won games in this league, and to your point, I feel sick for Justin Fields this morning. The Jets overall, again, same old Jets, but if you're actually talking about on the football field, Tyrod Taylor can win some games, and he could play week 1 and be just fine.
No, I agree with that. I agree
it's just that wasn't supposed.
No, that wasn't the plan. That wasn't plan A.
Tyrod.
Now you're on plan B, and you wasn't thinking that you were going to be on plan B after practice number 1 in training camp.